multiplayer scene, and it looks like they're going to be absolutely crazy. 100K, what's the 100K? Ferg is going to be able to get rid of that nuke. No, actually just goes down, does have a little bit of life yet, so it's going to be interesting how Ferg actually goes in here for the response, because they've been here for the aggression so far. Miney has the job to actually go in there. Let's see what is going to happen. No, you know what? Yep, they're out. My team's out. That is so unfortunate.
I mean, hey, we're dealing with what? The final 6 squads. So, I mean, again, we'll take a look at that point total after we get to the first round, but that is not a bad start with a handful of kills already tallied up. The big question here is who's currently the breadwinner, and you have to feel like it's this team right here. Ferg and Sonho have been unbelievable when it comes to being able to tally up kills and play the rotation beautifully. The thing about it is, now that you're moving further and further away from that Rivertown Central over towards Asylum, you're looking at this. You've got ridge lines and defilades all over the place, and you're on the fast side of the circle, so you're going to be hugging this for a while. And you see a couple of teams still kind of in the mix. And is my Team 10 just flying around in a helicopter up above? Is no one doing a deal with that, or what?
I know. I'm actually pretty surprised that none of these teams have like an FHJ in hand just to get rid of any of those vehicles. So that's going to be a very important thing to have, to really just blow up all the vehicles, knowing very well that everyone is going to be using that. So Team 10, they're going to be smart to actually go and use the heavens above them to their advantage.
I mean, hey, it's going to be interesting to have the conversation of what is going to be valued more, high kills or better placement. We'll see pretty quickly, because in the kill feed we had some early action from Yaya and Alvaro, but lately it's just been, I don't even know what, a re-indication of some helicopter disaster movie or something of the nature. They're just flying up above watching this happen like it's back in Nam. Over to Ferg's perspective, though, long-range gunfights over the top, and it looks like things are just going to be a little bit of poking and prodding while the zone is about to shrink once more.
And we love the smell of napalm in the morning, and
Good reference.
these players are absolutely cracking. I want to go back to what you said a while ago. We see different play styles already in round number 1. Ferg Team 16, they like to play aggressively and play late positioning, but we see on the other hand, Head for Death and Snacks is actually going to be in that position early on, taking the engagements as they come to them.
Yeah, that could be huge. I mean, they were on the slow side of the circle. Haven't seen a lot pop up in the kill feed, though, in the last couple of moments. But you see Shark getting involved. Last couple of teams now alive. 5 kills for Ferg already tallied up. They still will have to rotate. And, I mean, you've got a team right on the other side, and now they're going to see this. This is Norby and Shark that's on that ridge line. Zone going to shrink in 30 seconds. You have to be clean with these gunshots, and Ferg, you have to recognize that, all right, you're looking at me right now. Can I make this play to get this rotation? You've got to be able to at least push these two back to give yourself some space to work with.
This is going to be so hard because Team 13 and 14, they're up in the mountains. So they're just basically going to gatekeep everyone Head for Death. And that is the price that you pay for actually rotating late into the circle. So Head for Death and Sax, they are going to be in that great advantage of having that high ground and just getting rid of every single one, unless an airborne is going to be down here. But I doubt that is going to happen.
Well, it's going to get hot and heavy, though. You see team number 13, I think they've actually been pressured out by Head for Death. So now it's just down to, can they actually find a rotation? Yaya, Alvaro, other side. But it looks like the gas maybe have just taken down Alvaro, so Yaya's going to be the last one left alive. Doesn't look like he's all that healthy. Sax able to find one knock onto Shark, so now it's just down to, can you get in? It's going to be a 4-way fight right on top of this slope, and Ferg hasn't even had to take any shots yet. He's just walking by. Cars are driving. It's like a Fast and the Furious movie out here.
That is COD timing at its finest, and we see here Vin Diesel saying, we're our family. Head for Death already getting a lot of these kills. Norby goes down. Yaya still has a chance, and really having that really good vehicle gameplay. Yaya applying that pressure, but unfortunately for him, gets eliminated. Head for Death getting a lot of these kills so far.
Oh, but Ferg gets the hip fire off. He's going to find 1+ a down 1v1 with Saxy. Shots are good. Ferg will clean things up. And how about it? Blaze's pick. They found themselves the first overall win, tallying a ton of kills. Your winners from round number 1, Ferg and Sonho. They're going to be playing for that late game. Keep your eye to see where number 6's squad will be positioned, as it does look like Veer and Angelica were able to make their way back in, at least based on what the graphic we saw right there had to say. But there's still a lot of rotation that's going to happen. The good news is for Ferg and Co., at least at the moment, if they wanted to go back-to-back for wins, they've got some more zone to play with on this side of the river for now. Navalha, long range, tapping off as Ferg, able to find some connections, breaks the armor, plus the knock. Clean taps coming out. Is there an opportunity to finish the kills? So far, you would have to figure no, but that's not going to stop Ferg and Sonho. They're on the way to pursuit.
Absolutely, and the pursuit of happiness is just right over there. Just because they're going to be able to get rid of one more person, Navalha gets spotted. One more person left here. Ferg already with 3 kills, tries to see, only gets hit markers, and finally knocks down Navalha with the SKS. Is absolutely crazy gun here, and that's why you need to get this gun.
Jay stuck behind this rock, but technically speaking, does have some safety to work with this next zone. So you have to feel like he's just going to sit there and wait things out and hope that eventually the circle will force Ferg to kind of just get away from me. Can you stop, please? Can you stop abusing me?
Well, you can see here, that is not going to be stopping right now. It's going to be very difficult. Jay, all by himself, Navalha already going down, so it's very hard for him to actually go in for the pickup, knowing very well there's going to be 2 players hot on your feet, but he's not going to be able to actually go and give up your Arctic 50 in hand. That's going to be very important for him to actually do. Not quite sure if this is going to be a really good spot. Okay, there you go. That is a very good play, knowing very well that he's going to lose that gunfight.
Yeah, I like this just because you got Grizz and Co on the way in, but also team number 17, Saturns and Daga are also in the mix. So this is going to be a breakout potentially of 3 teams fighting. And for Ferg, he's saying, all right, bet. Let me find out. Go back over, though, to Jade. Not able to successfully rotate. Jim was waiting for it. 10 seconds until this zone starts to shrink. And it does look like Ferg is going to take a fight versus Team 17. That's Saturns and Daga right on the other side, still looking to get into the zone.
That was just unfortunate for Jay, and it was just basically the nail of the coffin for him, really going in for that push into the water. But here we go. Ferg bringing down the defender, really just trying to go in for the cover. Nova and Daga is actually going to have a really good spot, knowing very well that he's going to be cornered. So really good smoke bomber right here. You can see here the zone is going to be closing in. Team 17 right behind them already. It's going to be an absolutely crazy turn here.
Yeah, this is a big gunfight in the scheme of not just this lobby, but potentially for the leaderboard. Saturn's goes off, but Ferg is trying to take the high ground, gets tagged up on the move. Saturn's looking to pursue, but he's by himself. Sonho's here to help. Daga, where have you gone? Are you just going to leave Saturn to try to do this 1v2? You feel like with all the players in the lobby that he could capability-wise be able to do this, but Ferg still got the high ground. And, well, you have worked your way into the circle, but these 2 teams are right on top of one another, still waiting for this battle to unfold.
Oh, how to turn tables. As a while ago, we saw here, no, Saturn's actually going to be able to get that high ground, and now Daga tries to get that as well. What they need to do is to be smart about this and use their ops really well. Ferg is going to be able to go down, takes a lot of those shots, but not quite sure if that's the best thing to do, is to actually go down.
I mean, they almost find Saturn's as the key. He's kind of in a tough position. Daga has to forfeit the high ground to try to help out. And off of this wall, Ferg has been completely concealed. Sonho as well. The zone is going to finish off this rotation. Yes, these buildings are still in play for now, but it looks like the next zone coming up will not be Daga. Tries to make the rotation. Ferg able to find the knock. Saturn still has some high ground to play with, but ooh, you're going to lose your teammate here. You're going to have to fight 1v2. That's already 6 kills tallied up for Ferg.
Daga should have went inside the house instead of just lurking outside, knowing very well that Ferg and Co are going to be right behind them. It's all up to Saturn to actually try to make a play and maybe even go in for that pick. I know it's going to be a little bit too late for him. We can see here such a great positioning, but uses the head glitch to his advantage. And here we go, hops over to the next building. And Ferg, you have a very tough job to do because Saturn's, he's not going to be easy.
Make a decision. You've only got about 45 seconds until this zone's going to push. You've got to take this fight. Ferg on the outside. Nova's still with full armor at the moment. Deployable cover coming down, but this zone's going to move. At a certain point, this gunfight's going to be forced, but regardless of the outcome of it, neither of these 2 teams may be able to rotate in successfully because you got to keep in mind there are still teams waiting for players to rotate on the other side of the island. Saturn's eventually knocked. Quick kill coming through for Sonho, and now an opportunity with 30 seconds left till the safe zone moves in. Time to get on that high horse squads, and now all of a sudden, tables have turned, and it's actually Kranix and Grizz that find themselves stuck between 2 teams. Now, granted, they don't have to rotate too far, but one bad gunfight could completely take this lobby away from them.
And we thought it was going to be chaos just because of the
sure.
3 teams, right? But then it was a stalemate, surprisingly. So these teams very hesitant to go in for the engagements, playing too passively. But they are going to be able to go in there for the rotation early on. So a lot of drops already happening here. Gunshots already being taken right now. Team 4, the one that actually went in for the rotation. Inferno and Robbie, let's see what is going to happen. Yeah, 2 free indeed.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. You get to a spot here where you're the only team in zone, and you've got all of this free real estate just to watch teams rotating down into this gully. And Ferg is not just done yet. He's seen Inferno and Robbie behind this rock. The only player that could play spoiler is Neil, but I think they know that he's down here as well. Head for death, able to find Malkide. Saxy also dropping, and now Neil on the rotation. He's been figured out, tries to take the gunfight down low. Sonho not allowing him to do so, and we're down to our final 2 squads. It's Team 16 and Team 4, and the final zone will put us right out into the open.
That is so hard to actually see. 4 squads left here in the mix, and Ferg already having 8. That is absolutely crazy. He just keeps getting better and better in terms of the kills. He has an average of 5 here so far, but you know what? Here, that 8, that is going to be the difference, and Kranix is going to be having a very hard time. Gets spotted, but the tree does save him just a little bit. Grizz is going to be, on the other hand, not going to be in a safe spot as well, as everyone's going to be rushing inside of the circle. We see here Ferg is going to be absolutely crazy with a gunfight.
But they're not safe either. This damage is okay for now, but I didn't realize how close Grizz and Co. were to being in the zone. So yeah, they were tagged up, but technically speaking, they're in the best overall position. And trying to rotate to get in earlier is Inferno and Robbie, then what we're seeing out of Sonho and Ferg. Still a good position nonetheless. Top 3 going to be secured. Here comes the fight. Shot still tagging. Inferno now taken down low as he gets completely broken, but there's really nothing to happen as far as them actually be able to finish off these kills. And they're rotating long. The Psychosis is out. It's actually baiting out shots. Kranix and Grizz able to find one down under Robbie in the meantime.
Oh, that was a very good play of the Psychosis, and really going into the final circle, and how open it's going to be. That's going to be absolutely key. Ferg, though, yep, the War Machine was in play. You see here, MX9 already 9 for Ferg. Now, is it going to be a 10? It's going to be Inferno yet again, having those kills as well. Kranix going down. Inferno is going to be going down, and Ferg already with 10. It's going to be 11. Grizz is going to be the only person left for his team. It is going to be a 2v1 situation, as per usual.
Ferg continues to get away with this. The third-party situation in the late circle continues to be in his favor. Grizz now coming through. Psychosis out one more time. Deployable cover down. Grizz stuck behind the loadout. No chance. And the second lobby win that we've seen comes by the way of Ferg and Sonho, who avoid a third party and end up spoiling and raining on everybody else's parade. They may have just put this entire event out of reach. Well, Danu did get chased down. Ferg able to find the final kill that will fully eliminate their team. And my goodness, any kill that you see being tallied up for them is just bad news for the lobby. And at a certain point, and by the way, that certain point is now, I think you just have to try to find a squad that's willing to take faster gunfights, because at the moment, as far as pacing and tempo is concerned, there isn't anybody who's coming close to the play style that we've seen so far from Ferg and Sonho. There is no such thing as a yellow or red light for these guys. It's all green all the time. Get in there, find kills, trust that we're just going to outplay everybody in the lobby, and so far they have not been treated otherwise.
Yeah, the confidence is back, and not only that, the chip upgrade is already ensuing. The only time we actually saw that they were kind of reluctant was in round number 2, where they only placed 5th, but here you go, a lot of games. Oh, look at that. There's actually 3 teams already here, and look who's in the middle into the sandwich right now. It's going to be Sonho and Ferg. This is the time where they can actually take down Ferg if they choose to do it.
But there is the escape plan of a helicopter nearby. And the thing about it is Yaya and Alvaro are the ones who have to move first. And I don't know if Ferg and Sonho recognize how close Yaya was, but they're going to get in the helicopter and just fly away. That's going to allow Yaya and Co. just to get into the zone, no problem. But I mean, again, you missed out on an opportunity here. And wait a second, Ferg and Sonho went behind them. They want to take the fight. The gun sight will unfold, but Yaya tagged down low. The zone will chip, but only barely. It's only the first circle, so it's not going to hurt too much. This is a gunfight that could last in the zone for quite some time.
Put some armor on, and there you go. But it's going to be very, very hard for them, as the HP is dwindling down slowly for both of these teams right now. And then Sonho, they need to go out of the zone, and there you go. That is going to be very smart for them. They're just going to be right outside of the zone where they know they can actually go and heal up and maybe even win this gunfight. Get on top of the hill, get that high ground, and know very well that there's nowhere else to push for Yaya.
Huge advantage again for Ferg and Sonho. Mobility and the zone definitely in their favor. Yaya and Alvaro have to make a move. And it needs to be sooner rather than later. I mean, you can see how far they have to go to the next zone, and only 1:12 to do it. Smoke will come through. Ferg able to tag up once. That breaks the armor, plus the knock on the Yaya. No one's even shooting back against these guys. That's the problem. Someone has to be at least somewhat resilient against these two, because right now they're just doing whatever they want.
There's nothing that they could do. The high ground, the head glitch, they all had it. Ferg already had it in the bag, and Alvaro's going to be the only person left for his team to actually go and make a difference, but they know very well where he is. Look how far they are. They can't even go into the back just because they don't even have the utilities to actually go and heal up and to even engage with a gunfight. They're just outgunned, outsmarted, and outwitted by Ferg.
Just playing aggressive with helicopters. It's the name of the game that we see in Warzone continually. Alvaro has to move. Ferg on the hunt. We'll take some of the loot. Alvaro out in the cornfields. I don't know if he's been fully seen yet, but now he will be. Ferg will say, we see you. Sonho is actually going to maybe chase things down, and yeah, they know that this is a free 5 points right here if they can just do this together. Here comes the gunfight. Alvaro doesn't even stand a chance. 3 kills now tallied up for Team 16 with Ferg and Sonho.
Beautiful pinch by Iferg Sonho. And that is the duo that we keep just talking about. There's a reason why we keep talking about them. Oh, forgets to actually go and ride the helicopter. That was a close one. But here we go. Neil been doing a really good job here so far. So they're going to be in a little bit of a pickle here just because of how far away they are from everyone else. So you can see here on the left side, Iferg Sonho already having 250 total points.
Finishes the kill, no problem. But Ferg, otherwise, over towards 6-pack, able to confirm 1, Sonho the other. And that's 1 full team wipe. There is a second team nearby, or I guess a third team nearby. That's Narks and Malkide that are on the opposite side of these mansions. And again, the helicopter is, you feel like what's going to be continuing the play here for Ferg and Sonho is they've already tallied up 5 total kills.
That is just absolutely crazy, and it's just going to go up from there. And they're at Apps right now. They really know and love this spot so much. They know it very well. The fact that they keep actually just dropping off over here and having that confidence to go in for the push. But then here we go. Team 19 is going to be Dark Wizard Tilt and Spuke. That's going to be very hard for them just because the #1 team is right around the corner, really just trying to get a lot of these kills. They're wreaking havoc as to every single team. Yeah, exactly. It's free. But you know, they don't engage. Surprisingly, they go in there for the early rotation just because they have the advantage of going into that high ground.
I mean, at this point, 5 total kills tallied. There's no reason to put yourself in a risky spot. You're up 100+ points now. I mean, you finish top 3, and mathematically, you might just win the tournament. I mean, you're playing for $30,000 for first place, $15K per person. That is a life-changing amount of money. And shoot down on these teams. That seems to be the case. They're kind of scoping things out from the first floor mezzanine. And my goodness, all these stamina players that happen to be occupying the bathrooms are just waiting for who's going to rotate first.
And you can see here, Ferg has a really great spot as to where they want to go and push. And they only have a few seconds left, 30 seconds left here to push inside. And you can see that Team 13, Shark is actually in a very good position. And they should actually go up in that ridge and really just gatekeep everyone that tries to go and push in. There you go. Ferg is going to be going inside. No one is actually going to be in the circle quite yet, except for the fact that every single one of these players are getting in here. Ferg taking shots already. Shark already eliminated by the SKS. What? And you can see a party down below in the bathrooms. What is happening right now?
Yeah, Ice and Trav, I believe, are over to the left. But, I mean, again, look at the confidence. Ferg and Sonho say, let's go on in. Now, do they recognize that there aren't just one team here? There's actually 2. Ferg in a little bit of a gunfight. A little bit shaky at first, but Narks eventually now falling. Now in towards the stalls. No chance for Malkide to do much of anything. But here's the question. This actually may be beneficial to what Grizz and Kranix have up their sleeves, because Ferg and Sonho just think it's one team in there. They might not recognize the second. But as they start to rotate and try to clean up the rest of the pieces, more teams rotating in front. He sees Ice Stream. There's the SKS. No problem. Easy kills. Ferg is on an absolute tear. 11 total kills for the duo. 6 of them tallied by Ferg.
That's going to be a very tricky spot, though, if you are going to be Grizz, just because you still need to go and push for the circle. And finally here, we see a very early push from Ferg and Sonho as well. So Head for Death still alive and kicking. 4 teams left here, 4 duos that can actually go and make the difference and maybe stop the Goliath that we've seen here so far. They've been a really good spot, but then Ferg with that sniper is going to be absolutely deadly.
Oh, but Sonho was able to find Saxy. That will down him. Finish things off. Where is the rest of these teams? They should be hearing these gunshots and this walking up behind, and now they're making their move. Team 5 from behind. Has Ferg read this? There is no cover. You talk about it just being open ground. You're seeing it right here. Head for Death, heading for the hills, trying to do his best, well, Baywatch impersonation, getting over to the lifeguard tower. And he's been able to stay alive for the time being, but they're not in the zone. They still have to rotate back over towards where this duo of Grizz and Kranix are.
I'm very impressed with what I've seen with all the squads here so far. We thought Grizz was actually going to go down from Ferg. We actually thought Head for Death was going to go down, but his movement was just absolutely great, and the timing from Defender was really great so far. Ferg here with the grenade gameplays here, and really just taking out the smoke to clear out the site and really just go in there for the push. Head for Death, though, still going to be at the very back end. Not quite sure if they know that Head for Death is still right there in that particular spot. But that's a really, really good position to be in. Exactly. This is going to be so far. They really want to clear everything out.
This is the smart play. You know that there are players in front of you, and you know for a fact that you've got Head for Death stuck here in this tower. So it's only a matter of time. Head for Death's going to have to respond to the 1v2. Spam shots come out. Ferg taken down a little bit low, but not too much of a problem. Finishes off the kill. Now you have a chance to re-rotate right back in. 3 total squads remaining, all of them full duos, but Ferg back to full HP, and it looks like nobody wants to fight them. Sonho and Ferg are just doing absolutely whatever they want. Neil going to get caught up from behind. Cam's also sitting inside the bathroom, but Neil will drop. Cam's the last one, hiding in a corner. Nothing that he can do there. Ferg and Sonho, 15 total kills. 2 more between them and a 3rd win out of 4 lobbies. It's Grizz and Kranix trying to challenge.
Here we go. Top 1 and top 2 going in there for the mix. Who's going to come up on top? It's anyone's game at this point. But with the way that's actually going here for Ferg and Sonho, they've been absolutely crazy. They're going in here, guns blazing. But here we go. We see Grizz being knocked down right now with the cluster grenade. We see the utilities going here so far, and just like that, another win for our top 1 squad. Ferg and Soho take another cake and really just bringing everything down with 3 wins.
They may be over 300 points. That is 3 out of 4 lobbies that they've won, and maybe a bit of greed in the second is the only reason they weren't a major contender, but they will be on top of the leaderboard. The question when we come back is by how much? We're back after this.
Now home, we're heading round number 5. And if you guys love what you're watching with Call of Duty Mobile, make sure you go down to the description, download the game, join the fun, and maybe we'll be casting you on the next World's Battle Royale Invitational. But as we head into our final lobby of the day, casters, take it away.
Yeah, you hit it on the head there. It is just of the day, keep in mind. So if you're not already subscribed to the YouTube channel, do that. Ring the notification bell because we're back tomorrow for North America, and there are some big-name Warzone players that are going to be giving mobile a try. That will be fun to watch. But back on into the mix, you see where exactly the plane will land, and it looks like Ferg and Sonho this time will not be contested at firing range. It looks like Mighty and Co. have learned their lesson and said, all right, you guys can have that. We'll go find somewhere else to live.
Mighty and Daniel really just learned their lesson in dropping and picking up the fight, the wrong team to actually go and do that. Here, Kike actually going to be getting a lot of big shots right now. That is team 20. So Kike and Revo, they've been doing an okay job. Again, they're going to be in the middle of the pack. And speaking of a team that can actually make a difference, keep the number 2 spot and possibly even get the number 1 if everything goes right?
Like this, based on the fact the tag had been picked up, that Robbie will be able to get Inferno possibly back. So this is actually a little bit of a delay. You see that in the kill feed right there, but we're seeing this from Ferg's perspective as far as what they want to do. They've safely looted up everything in firing range, and now it's time to get those upgrades and then go back to just dominating the lobby.
Dominating the lobby is what they shouldn't be doing, and the squads and the duos that actually keep going in their way need to go and stop the train wreck that is happening right now. They just keep on running over every single person that they go and encounter. The fact that they are winning the gunfights, the rotations are so nice, and yes, even though they go in for those late push into the circle, it works out for them because everyone is looking at the other direction. They come in from the back.
Yeah. We'll see how things unfold. You know, over here by the farmlands, this is typically where you are likely to find a helicopter spawn. Does not look like there is one here at the moment, so they will not have the luxury of extra mobility early, but there are vehicles nearby, which I imagine they will probably try to use. And, well, we had a little bit of early action off the drop from a couple of different squads, but yeah, which is, I mean, to be expected. Again, we haven't seen a lot of early game action. No need for that to change here in the 5th round, but they are going to have to really be one to keep an eye on as we start to get those rotations because they are the ones trying to guard that 2nd place at the moment.
And that 2nd place is going to be that coveted spot for a bunch of teams that's going to be right beneath them, even going down 6 places. You can actually go up with just 1 good game. You can see here, it's going to be an absolutely crazy spot. You can see it's already going to be lined up, those purple hexes. You'd want to go there just because you're going to get your loadout, and the airdrop is going to be going down as well. And if you are going to be going into that green, know very well that you will have that armor. Kinetic armor is going to be absolutely important. We keep talking about just because of the absence of the first aid that everyone was just used to.
Yep. So on the vehicle move, this is a quick rotation over for Iferg Sonho, giving themselves even more power here as they continue to work through what is going to be essentially about a victory lap for them. We haven't seen any circles move over towards estates in the raid area of the map or over towards hijacked yet. I would love to see that kind of be in the picture. I'm a big fan of raid personally, so regardless, there'll be no conflict, at least at this time.
That was a really good call, and the fact that the positioning was on their head already is going to be very smart. It's a good thing they actually had that motorcycle for that defense and really just go away very safely. Now, I'm really worried about Miney just because of how far they are going to have that advantage of going into that circle. So again, we're going to be taking a look at our favorite right now. Ferg seems to be like the cameraman's favorite, but you can see here 0 kills for them. But just like that, okay, I just jinxed it. Caster curse. There you go. Narcs goes down.
Typical, Jay. Yeah, nice try. Sonho says maybe not that nice of a try, throwing a little bit extra, but kill feed. Keep that in mind. Inferno.
Ooh.
Whoa! What? Wait! Ferg!
Some dancing. I mean,
Didn't realize the hips were that loosey-goosey, baby.
Damn, Ferg. Them hips don't lie. And,
oh, they don't.
No, they that's round. Got a second chance in life.
Sonho was able to finish off another elimination just before you see the quick blazing through. I believe that's Narcs who was in that vehicle that just ran on by. Yeah, sure. It actually looks like both of them are actually part of that. So it's Narcs with his teammate. Malkaid's still in the picture. They are in the hunt, again, for maybe trying to steal away that second place position. And honestly, I mean, yeah, 4 total kills here for Iferg Sonho, but compared to their last 2 lobbies, they've actually been quiet, which feels weird to say.
Well, they're comfortable, and that's why they can play passively as they want. So right now, it's the positioning gameplay that they're just really worried about. So 4, that is actually pretty passive already, and that's already a good day for a bunch of these squads. So they keep going back to the same place over and over. It's going to be that APAC that they really want to have, aka Shift's house. So they're just going to be chilling over here.
They'll be fine. They're in the middle of the circle. This is going to feel very familiar to the 3rd lobby, which they were able to win. This is the exact position that they held. Will the circle be the same? Is obviously going to determine if that's going to be a copy-paste of what we saw from the 3rd lobby overall. But back up to the rooftops. Malkaid Narcs in the next building. And, oh boy, Ferg, yeah, he's going to see Narcs here, no problem. And he's seen Malkaid. So that information is not mutual, by the way. This is free for Ferg. Malkaid checking the weather, gets taken down, and that will be a free kill. 4 now tallied for Ferg again.
They need to be aware of their surroundings. I'm pretty sure by that part, you could already see all of the footsteps. And by that time, if you are going to be in that 3rd person point of view, you can actually get to see who's going to be on top. And there you go, Narcs already eliminated out of the mix. And there you go, once again, Fergalicious gets another one. Unfortunately for him, he does go down and head for death, has the monumental effort to actually go in there for the fight. But then speaking of a fight that we've been seeing here so far, Ferg already having 5 kills, 6 in total. And not only that, they are stacked, fully stacked. Take a look at all the mods that he has on his SKS as well. And the smokes, they've been playing the smokes to perfection. Their utilities, I think they're the only squad that I've seen here so far, the only duo that I've seen. And there you go, takes out Beniju. But yeah, they're the only team that can actually use their utilities well.
Here's the thing. Alvaro, who have really not been doing too much this tournament, a couple of decent moments for them, but they're driving around playing for placement. Iferg Sonho still getting aggressive, team right underneath them. It's team 8, Mani and Danu. And this circle will still allow them to play off this position, but Sonho's down low. He's actually taking this gunfight. Jazz on the cross. That's going to be an easy shot coming through for Iferg. Psychosis will come out. Jazz will live to see another day and head for Beth. In the same moment, you want to talk about being able to lead some kills. He's able to secure 1.
Well, vulturing his way into the competition. He's not out yet so far. There you go. Just as I said that, he does get eliminated by Saturn's, doing a monumental job at actually stopping a lot of these teams here so far. But we see here, Grizz and Kranix going to be at a very cheeky spot right below. You can see here, construction site is definitely going to be another point here. Team 13 going around, especially going in there. Shark and Norby doing a really great job right so far. Ferg, 8 to his name already, gets rid of Miney.
They're just cleaning up this light lobby, and they're the only team that's in this next circle, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, finally getting out of the vehicle with Alvaro, finding some shots, but no kills. And, dude, oh my goodness. Ferg and Sonho are about to be looking at a shooting gallery. They're on the high ground in the zone. Nobody else is. And this is not what you want to see. Yaya's going to very quickly realize the imminent threat from above and then have to dive away, but there's nowhere to go.
Wow.
Ferg and Sonho in an absolutely immaculate position. And it really is going to be detrimental to anyone who's trying to pick up spaces, because now Shark has also fallen.
The gatekeepers that are
Unreal.
Ferg and Soho just absolutely grazing every single one that tries to go near them. And you see the push, it needs to come in here from Grizz. And you know what? That's going to be very hard. We see top 1 and top 2 yet again going at it. Kranix, 2 to his name, but falls down and bow down to the kings of EU. We see here Ferg and Sonho with another win.
4 out of 5 lobbies. No problem. Easy peasy, no problem. Send me to the next tournament, they say, because that was way too easy. But there's a lot of consideration for what ended up being the final leaderboard. We'll take a look at it when we come back.